by Tommy Truthful. Truth Monkey music, we bringing the truth that the mainstream hides.
Welcome to another episode with your host, Tommy Truthful. This is a Tommy Truthful solo episode. So, the solo episodes, we're going to be focusing on decoding. And there's a lot going on in the world today, guys. Major power outages. We're going to talk about all of it, the Joker archetype, the chaos code, what all this is tied to. But before we get going, let me do a mic check real quick. Everybody in the comments, can you hear me good? Can you hear me good in the comments? If you're on Facebook, pinned to the top of it is Nano Soma, which is this immune spray. You spray 5 sprays under your tongue. Amazing product. Really kind of saved my life. So amazing product. That's pinned to the top of the comments. And then can you hear me, guys? Yes, yes. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. My buddy Rhonda right there. Shout out to everybody. What's up, guys? Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure you guys can hear me. And before we get rocking and rolling today, because today I got a bunch of stuff for you. And what really got me into to want to do today's video, I was walking through the supermarket shopping, and I seen a pack of playing cards, and it was for Friends, guys. So I'm like, wait a second. Friends have been on everything lately. There's been something going on with Matthew Perry. And didn't he say, I am Matt Man before he passed away? And there was this whole connection, right? So I found all these friend cards. And if you know me, I decode, and he's tied to the Joker card. He's on both Joker cards. And he's tied to the King of Diamonds. So each card, when you're looking at a destiny card, it's attached to a certain birthday, right? So I'm thinking, oh, every card with Matthew Perry, these are the days they're going to have events. And I went back and looked, and they sure have. So we're going to break that down, what's going on right now across the world. It's chaos. But before we get going, like I said, the links are down in the description. Make sure you check out Body Align, guys. It's an amazing product. A lot of people are going through problems right now with the frequencies and the energy that we're being bombarded with. And I'm on YouTube, so I got to be careful what I say. But I think you guys know what type of energy I'm talking about, and it's not a positive one, that they've rolled out. But what I really like a lot, what I wear personally, is that bracelet you see there. It's called the Energy Wellness Band. And it has the Suge Knight, the Tourmaline grounded up into the actual band. And that's medical grade silicone. And then on the back of it is a hologram that has certain frequencies binded to that, certain energy signatures that protect your DNA and so forth. And then the detox patches, they're a must. I mean, I would recommend them at least 3 times a year. It's a 48-day detox. So I believe there's 12 patches. You put one patch on for 3 days. On the 4th day, you take it off. That's your rest day. And then you put it back on the 5th day, leave it on for 3 days, and so forth. While you're doing that detox, you want to drink a lot of pH water. And this will get all them heavy metals out of your body, because with the heavy metals in there, what happens when you put aluminum foil in a microwave, guys? It's not a good situation, is it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, the chemtrails, what are they spraying? It ain't nothing good, if you get my drift. And this is all going to roll into it's going to tie into our DNA, certain superhero archetypes. We're going to break that down, how it ties into the X gene and what they're trying to do with that, which is block it, the X gene blocker. A DNA X gene blocker, which is tied to 846. You know that 846 code, guys. The first plane. See, 846 is a charging number, and 128 is a grounding number. So The first plane hit the tower at 8:46 a.m. That charged their Luciferian ritual they were doing. Remember they had all the witches walking around ground zero? You guys remember that? There's a famous picture of all these witches after the towers collapse in a circle doing something weird. So the first plane hits at 8:46 a.m. and then the tower that charged the ritual, it charged the energy, and then boom, it collapses at 10:28, which grounded the ritual. And 128 equals 846. So, and the first person to participate in the code red, you can read on there. And that was on 12/14 to 2020. Guess what was going on that day, guys? The corona eclipse in Argentina. Swear to God, not joking. Her name is Sandra Lindsay, and it equals 846. That's the number of genetic modification. The George Floyd incident, they kneeled on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. It ties into CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, which is a massive alchemical loose harvesting machine because they're trying to open up dimensions and portals and gateways. So all that energy, I believe, is being fed into CERN, and that's where they created WWW, World Wide Web. It was created at CERN by Tim Berners-Lee. I forget what nationality is. He comes from Europe somewhere, but he's the one who created the World Wide Web over there originally. And the military had it prior to that, a version of it anyways, not exactly what he created, but they were the only one that was allowed to have it. Then it rolls out to us, and now we find out what it really is. Yeah, you can get information out, and that's cool, and do videos and stay in contact with your people, but they've also harvested our data, harvested our energy, our loosh. So, they've done some not so good things with it. And it's all tied into them D-Wave quantum computers, which are plugged into it too. Now, if you would like to book your personal decode and find out your superhero archetype and your role in this simulation we call life, that link is down below in the description as well, with the link for Body Align to protect yourself against the 5G and the detox patches I highly recommend, as well as the nanosoma. So let's get into it, guys. There's so much to cover right now. What should I touch on first? How about the power outages, right? It's the biggest thing in the world. Well, I kind of want to talk about that reptilian looking dude though, too. Okay, we'll do the power outages. Then we'll come back to the new head reptilian in charge. They got running things. And this reptilian, I'm telling you, wait till you guys see this guy. He comes in and replaces Klaus Schwab, right? On the same day as the Pope. And it's interesting because if you look, let me show you the dates on here. Remember, everything with the Pope's ritual family was that number. Oops, it's the wrong slide. Hold on. Was the number 88, right? And look at this. This posted on April 21st. So that was my son's birthday. That was the Queen's birthday. And this is where they replaced Klaus Schwaber with this new guy, right? Who's the new reptilian in charge. The new chairman, vice chairman. And the funny thing is, where's it at? In the article, it says the number. Oh, right here. So it says, following my recent announcement, as I enter my 88th year, I have decided to step down from position of the chair as member of the board and trustee, immediate effective. So when did the Pope pass, guys? At 88 years old. When did Lahina happen? On 8/8 during the Lion's Gate portal. And I actually put up a video about all of this, right? I can't play it here, but it is available over on Rumble. And guys, I put this up the day the freaking Pope passed away. And what's up here? Power grid. So how many times do I got to predict the future for you guys till you see there's something to this? We live in some type of simulated reality and there's a source code. What the elites are doing is they are bending and manipulating reality because they understand how to hack the frequency. That's why we see all these numbers lining up. It's a form of Masonic number magic. And he passes away during the season of sacrifice, which starts during Lucifer Rising, March 22nd, the same day they put up the Georgia Guidestones, just days after the spring equinox begins. And so it's during that 40-day period, but it's called the 13 days of preparation, right? And that's April 9th. We're in it right now, guys. We're in it right now. That's why the power grid ritual happened. The 13 days of preparation going into Beltane, which is May 1st. Me and Donut are thinking about doing a video on that day. And that's to the god Moloch and Baal. So you can watch all that over on my Rumble. It's about 40 minutes long, but it'll be the best video you ever seen. I'm telling you that right now because I break down everything in it. We get into everything. From the day the Pope died until the anniversary of the Lahina situation on 8/8 of 2025 is 3 months and 2 weeks. And guess what, guys? 8/8 of 2025 is the 32nd week of the year, which is the number of the Nephilim. CERN ritual 32. See, they're putting the energy into CERN. And up here, she's standing here talking about robo bees with the numbers 1 through 32 behind her. Why is that? Like, that's very weird to have the numbers 1 through 32 behind you with the giant robo bee up there, and bee symbolism is 32, or bee symbol, my apologies. And, you know, my brother Donut, he did a breakdown on the number 32 not too long ago, showing the connection to major events that are taking place with that number on the world stage. So shout out to Donut Factory if you don't know who he is. And I just called him, was talking to him today. I said, hey, brother Donut, because honestly, he's the one that told me to watch 0 Day. And I'm watching 0 Day, and there's so much predictive programming in it. So when I see this power outage happen, I'm thinking 0 Day. I'm like, okay, this reminds me of 0 Day with everything going on over in Spain and Portugal, like a test run, right? So I'm like, I wonder how many days from the day 0 Day released until this power outage. Now, our government ran a drill called Cyber Polygon, and that was for a cyber attack, right? In 0 Day, De Niro's the president. Well, he's the ex-president, but they bring him in on the special like council team because they get hit with a major cyber attack several times, and they find out it's actually, spoiler alert, so if you don't want to hear this, you know what I'm saying, they find out that it's actually people within their own government. What have I been telling you guys? This ain't foreign entities that are attacking us with these cyber attacks. Planes falling out the sky, cyber attack. What just happened over there? Cyber attack. But if they tell people the truth, it's going to make people panic. So what it is, it's not Russia, it's not China who will get blamed. And look, I'm not a fan of communism at all, so I'm definitely not trying to stick up for none of them. But Putin does ride grizzly bears with his shirt off, bareback and shit. So that's kind of cool. But anyways, you know, so check this out. The power outages, guys, happened 67 days after the release of 0 Day. Why does that matter? Well, 0 Day came out on February 20th. Add it up, guys. 2 plus 20 plus 20 plus 25, last time I checked, equals 67. And then 67 days later, power outage. And that's a number tied to Cyber Polygon, 67. Human sacrifice, 67. Luciferianism, 67. That's what they're part of. 187, 67, which is the homicide code. And then element 67, when you look into it, you're never going to believe this. They use it to create lasers. Yeah, lasers, microwave weapons, it's connected. Element 67, which I cannot pronounce properly. Holy, I'm not even going to try that one. But when I read about it, they're creating lasers, and we know what happened in Lahina, right? I'm not going to get into that too much, but it wasn't what they told us, guys. Just like this power outage is not what they told us. I really think that the shadow government, just like that was a 0 day, they're systematically hitting parts of the world with these unnatural disasters, these earthquakes, these fires, these power outages, and then they're going in there and they're rounding up the dissidents. Just like when they had Operation Jade Helm. Remember that back in 2015? They were practicing, and that's when all the rumors here in America, anyways, we seen all these military tanks and helicopters and just tons of weird stuff being brought in on the railroad trains. And we're like, what is going on? And then they started shutting down all the Walmarts in America. We're like, okay, something weird is going on here. They started wiring them off. Remember that? Putting the fences around them. And there was rumors, I'm not saying it's true, but there was rumors that they were building detention camps underneath these Walmarts. Now, we know they have military dumbs. And when a government plans an event like that, they're not going to have the drill in 2015 and then 6 months later do it. That's not how it works. They're going to do it when everybody has forgotten about it. You know what I mean? Like 10 years later. They really like to do it in 13-year intervals. So it could be within the next year or two coming up. Just like that lady I showed you, who was the first person to participate in the you-know-what, Sandra Lindsay, 12/14. That's the day she got that. And that was during the Corona eclipse in Argentina. But guess what else happened? 13 years prior to that. That was the day I Am Legend came out. The movie about the zombie apocalypse, where they got it from the cure for a cure of cancer. Remember? That's where they turned into super soldier zombies from that. And then in that movie, Will Smith stays behind to try to cure the zombies. And there's a helicopter crash right in front of the Verizon building, which is predictive programming of the whole 5G situation. And all this gets into this Joker archetype. So let's break that down and connect what I think is going on with all these major events in the world. Why can't I see my chat? Where's my people? Oh, there they are. Hey, what's up, guys? Now I can see you. How y'all doing? Travis, what's up, my brother? Yes, definitely predictive programming, JD, on a major level. Oh, and tomorrow, family, I want to let you guys know. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my dad is going to be doing a show. I won't be on this show. It's going to be him and one of his partners, and it's going to air to both my YouTubes, my Facebooks, my Rumble. So it's going to be about step into your power, and that platform is going crazy thanks to you guys. I can't believe how many people we have over there already. Like, you put a post up and you'll get more likes and views on it than you do Facebook. It's nuts, but it's, just a bunch of positivity and really amazing people. So I really like being over there because it makes me feel good. And I'll give you guys a walkthrough after we're done with this decode. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Right there. Kimberly put the step into your power link. It's in the description as well, guys. So there it is. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you, sweetheart. But yeah, they're doing their video tomorrow, so that'll be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys will get to check them out, and make sure you guys go check out the platform over there. Travis, was that you that joined? Because I seen a Travis dude join, but I didn't know if it was you or not. But I'm doing posts over there that are exclusively only over there, and guess what? It's free. You don't got to pay $1. Just go join it. Learn some information. Oh, there's my girl, Jessica. Where you been, Jessica? I ain't seen you in forever. I'm glad you're here, though. Where's Donut? I don't see Little Donut. Let me see Little Donut. Oh, there's Donut. Looking like the frazzle. What's up, Donut? Go check out Donut's channel, Donut Factory. Check that out on YouTube. You know, he's got an amazing channel, does some amazing work. You can find his Rumble channel under Donut Factory too, and his website, Donut, it's a little donut with the dash.com, right? Donutfactory.com. I probably got that wrong, but one of my moderators put Donut's website in the comments, so the people that don't know who Donut is, like people don't know who Donut is, you know, the whole world probably knows who he is, but a little famous Donut. Hold on a second. Let's get Donut off the screen. No, I love you, Donut, but I got to get you up out of here. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, he is dope. That's my boy. Join Donut. There's his website. Oh, wow. That's why I always forget it. So it's https://www.doe-nut.com. And he'll have some cool stuff coming for you probably soon on his website. You can join his newsletter just like you can mine. So as I'm looking into this card game, walking through Walmart, and this card game is sold by Warner Brothers, right? The same people that made Friends. So here's some days we should watch out for, because there's only certain cards in that deck that have Matthew Perry on it. Very few. And there were some other cards that were interesting too, like the blonde-haired girl. She had a turkey on her head with a Masonic hat on, kind of like the one Paranoid American has, that little Shriner-looking hat. But her card really didn't strike me. These days, I would definitely write on your calendar, and we got one coming up May 6th, right? May 6th. So, and then June 4th, July 2nd, July 31st, August 29th, September 27th. This is an important one. Why? Because the Jesuits are the ones really running this whole shebang for whatever demonic entities you want to call them, archons, reptilians, demons, fallen angels. But the Jesuits are at the top of the power structure, right? And that's the military branch of the Catholic Church. And they were founded on September 27th in the 1500s to counter the 95 Thesis with Martin Luther and all that, right? And I'm not talking about Martin Luther King. And then you got October 25th, November 23rd, December 21st, right? All in there. And when Matthew Perry died, there was a huge connection to Batman. Now he's on both Joker cards as well. And the Joker card is the only card in the deck that has one birthday attached to it. It's the rarest card. I've only decoded maybe 5 people with this birthday. So they're a very rare archetype. Very rare. And I'll tell you what, I've never decoded somebody that has that birthday that was an NPC. I think maybe 4 or 5 of them I've done. and they were all very powerful first player character archetypes. But that's December 31st, right? That's what's tied to that day. And the Joker card represents, he's the master of duality. Joker lives between the worlds, the material and the spiritual, light and darkness, order and chaos. So if you have that, it's not a bad thing if you have this card. And it's attached to the date and month you were born. It has nothing to do with the year you were born. And I don't practice tarot, but when it comes to decoding, I like to look at it because the elites use it. So when I'm breaking down their spell and trying to dissect it so it holds no power over my people, I have to look into some of these things, and the tarot card it's connected to is the Fool card. Well, I found that pretty interesting because look at the card. It has the sun peeking out from a cloud looking all mysterious and evil, and dude's walking through the wilderness looking like he's homeless, right? And December 31st has been connected to all these end of world, end of days type events. The cyclical cataclysms, that type of thing. So I think we will see a major event on December 31st. I'm not saying it's going to be this year. Give me a little time. I'll figure it out though. But what year it's going to be exactly. But yeah, when you decode the cards themselves, let me show you where they came from. Where's my slide? Boom. So when you look at the cards, which came from Warner Brothers, these cards here, Friends cards is 322, guys. And that's the Red Horses 322. Well, we had Beyonce. There's a mad horse theme going on too. Have you guys noticed this? In all the new series, it's horses, 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 horses. I've noticed this for like a year now, maybe a little longer than a year. A major horse theme. The Paris Olympics, we had the horse theme, right? Which that Paris Olympics was also tied to the whole power outage motif. And the red horse is the second seal in the scripture, which it talks about bringing war. And I think this will be World War III. Might be a nuclear event tied to that. And then we have Beyonce on the cover of Vogue magazine where she's on a freaking red horse. So the elites like to play these events out on the world stage. And Friends card 322, Red Horse 322, Lionsgate 322. Lionsgate, that's the day they did the Lahina Massacre during the Lionsgate portal, right? On 8/8 in the 808 area code. And then you have planned, I'm not going to say that word because I'm on YouTube, but you can read it, 322, and the Elohim lineage. So this gets deep because the whole Elohim lineage and the Elohim lineage is 322 and Elohim lineage. Now, first of all, my brother Donut is Jewish. Donut, Elohim is the word in Jewish for God, right? But it's not God, it's gods, plural. So there's a Bible verse that talks about in the end days, the bloodline of David, the house of David will become like the Elohim, talking about plural, the gods. And, this is where it gets into the 12-strand angelic DNA, where you're going from carbon 12 to carbon 7. And carbon 12, we got the 666. That's not a bad thing. Actually, the oldest version of the Bible, the number of the beast was 616 in Papyrus 115, but that's the oldest version. That number's tied to Nero. 666 is the breakdown for carbon, which you're made out of. So instead of the 666, it has one neutron instead of six of them. The 6 protons, 6 neurons, what's the other one? You guys know what I'm talking about. So it has the 1 166 when you go from carbon 12 to carbon 7. That's that 166 code. And there's a whole video on it I'll put up on the website. It's phenomenal. This dude breaks it all down in detail. But and right now they're doing research. Let me pull this up for you guys and show you this. Right now they're doing research on, hold on, let me see where I saved it. Oh, right here it is. Eating gamma radiation for breakfast. So during this event, these cyclical events, the black sun is supposed to release mass amounts of gamma radiation, right? And certain people, it's within your DNA, the bloodline of David that will become like the Elohim. It's in your DNA, and it's going to be coded to your first and last name, that your body can absorb mass amounts of gamma radiation. Now, they're studying this fungus species that appears to be able to use strong radiation as an energy source for growth. And you know what it says, guys? The more melanin, that's why the funguses turn this black color. The more melanin the fungus has, the more radiation it's able to absorb. So for my melanated brothers and sisters out there, y'all are really going to be strong as shit when this event happens. And here, let me pull this article up. Hold on, give me a second, then I'll screen share it with you. It's on. Okay. RG.UK. Was that website? Oh, yeah, right here it is. Where's the freaking fungus one? Okay, this is the website, but I need the fungal. Okay, let me just see. Eating gamma radiation. Okay. Leave the World Behind is tied into this too, guys. All this stuff is tied to the same event. Search, hold on. Gotta find this article. Oh, here it is. There it is. Boom. Okay. Right here it is. Let me go so I can show my people. Okay. Screen share. And you see how Superman and him are intertwined? There are some very powerful first player characters. I've only found a handful of them right now. Usually you have one superhero archetype. Some of us have two. So Donut, I did yours. You have two, but it's not Silver Surfer. Sorry. But that's the name I was born with, Thomas Schwinn, which is tied to Silver Surfer and Superman. I am Superman. And then the name I was adopted with is tied to the number 42, which is Superman. So I have both archetypes within me, and I am definitely not a freaking Gemini. I'm a Capricorn. You know, you would think a Gemini would have something like that, but hold on a second. Let me screen share this part. Entire screen. Yes, please. Share. And here we go. Boom, right here. You see this, guys? Eating gamma radiation for breakfast. Some fungi species appear to be... Wait, let me hit my read button. Where's my read? Does it? Oh, man, it won't let me do it on this one. Lets me do it on my other browser. Oh, well, I'll just do it. So in the late 1980s, Ukraine scientists studied the dark dangers interior of Chernobyl, destroyed reactor 4, found that a black mold-like fungus was growing across the walls. And look, now we have the fungal zombies, right? The Last of Us just released on HBO, the new series, season 2. And oh my God, I cried in the last 2 episodes. So if you haven't watched it yet, I ain't going to spoil it for you. But in that, these are fungal zombies. And the fungus is tied to the Morgellons in the chemtrail that they're spraying over us. I think they're trying to reverse engineer things so they can survive the event. Certain people that don't have that code within them. But they found out that this type of fungus is able to absorb immense amounts of this radioactive graphite from the reactor core itself, right? And it has been known since 1960s that certain species of fungi has extremely high resistance to radiation. Fungi had been found growing in high slopes in the Antarctic mountains where UV levels are among the highest on Earth. And samples of the water used to cool nuclear reactor cores, this fungus is found in there. So it's like it's eating this radiation. And what they found out, look at this, melanin. The key to it all seemed to be melanin. Now, everybody has melanin in them. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, or Asian, you got melanin in you. But my melanated brothers and sisters have a lot of melanin in them. So the black sun, when we're going through these cyclical events, and this is my theory on it, you have the Hopi prophecy, you have the rapture in Christian cultures, you have what they call the Phoenix phenomenon, the Phoenix event, where they believe people from inner Earth, some type of humanoids, have advanced technology, and that's what the black sun is, some type of HARP geoengineering type technology. And it's what's causing these global cataclysms and releases that gamma radiation. And then you have other people that believe it's rising organically from inner Earth and releasing the gamma radiation. There's a whole school of thought, like my brother Jay Dreamers, that thinks it's the plasma apocalypse. You know, there's different theories on this event, but it's pretty much the same thing. When you look into different cultures and different religions and belief systems, the Hopi have the Hopi prophecy with the blue and red star Kachina, and the blue star comes, that's the purification time, right? And that's what it's releasing, mass amounts of gamma radiation. So it's very interesting that they got a fungus that can absorb it, and they're spraying the chemtrails with the Morgellons. You know what I mean? That's a synthetic nano fungus. And then we're getting all the predictive programming with the fungal zombies. I don't know. I think there's a connection between all that and the 5G. But you see, the key to it all seemed to be melanin. So the more melanin you have, the more it can absorb it. And I'm talking, it absorbs like 99% of it. So shout out to my melanated people, because y'all are going to be turning into some freaking real superheroes out in this shit. Just remember, I was always down. You know what I'm saying? So, don't laser beam me with them, you know, with the Superman laser beam eyes. Don't do that to me. But yeah, I found this article to be very interesting. And if you want to read the whole article, because it's fascinating. I've been going down a rabbit hole on fungal for a while, since the whole zombie thing. Here you guys go. Here's a link. There's a link to it. Okay, so now where's the next part I need to get to? Let me bring this part up. From the Lahina Massacre situation, which we're about to get into right now, because, okay, let me tie it back real quick. Remember when I showed you the Matthew Perry card right here? And there's 13 birthdays tied to that card? Okay. Well, during that show that Obama and them made called Leave the World Behind, there was a 13-year-old girl in there that was obsessed with the movie Friends. Remember, throughout the whole thing, that's all she kept watching. Friends, Friends. That's all she was talking about. I need to watch Friends. And then at the end, she sneaks over to the neighbor's house and she's smiling watching Friends as the whole world's ending, you know? So there's definitely a strong connection to the Friends thing. And then I see when they come out with this card game, I'm like, oh, I got to look through these cards. And when I seen him on the Joker card and this card here, you know, it kind of blew my mind. And there are precisely 13 birthdays throughout the year that align with the King of Diamonds card. So, like I said, that there was a 13-year-old little girl in that film that wanted to watch Friends. And if you remember, from the Lahina Massacre, because that's what it was, let's be honest, from Lahina to the release of the movie Leave the World Behind was exactly 122 days. And Donut, that was Donut's thumbnail. He was the first person to point that out. DTTV Cable 122 National Emergency. It was 122, guys. That was what came across the broadcasting screen. Remember when they were staying in that house? 122 is Pope Francis's number. Pope Francisco, San Francisco. Shout out to the Golden Gates. And you know what me and Donut think about that. It'll be the next major 9/11 style situation. And San Francisco's longitude and latitude has 122 in it. You know what I mean? So from Lahina Massacre until Leave the World Behind, which is a 128 day, December 8th, 12/8, 128, was 122 days, 122. And where's the church is saying that, guys? They're all a bunch of Luciferians. It's in San Francisco. Okay. And tomorrow is the anniversary of it. It was founded tomorrow on the 30th in San Francisco. And that's the same day the little mustache man, HH, that ran the German army, that you can't say his name, that's the day he allegedly killed himself too. So it's very interesting. This 13 days of preparation that the Pope supposedly takes his way out, whatever happens to him. They say he dies from I forget what it was called, something with an H. Oh, damn, I can't remember. We'll look at the article in a minute. It's on my page. Oh, damn, why is that not? But it wasn't. At first, they thought it was like some form of pneumonia, and it wasn't that. It was something else. But whatever, because it's a lie anyways. You know, that being tied to the 13 days of sacrifice, April 19th through May 1st. And then the day after that begins, that's HH's birthday, 420. That's what 420 is really about. That's his birthday. And then he allegedly killed himself on the 30th. But then they did DNA on that body. The Russians had the body for a long time. And they did DNA on that body. And guess what? It wasn't even a man. It was a woman's body. So he definitely did not kill himself in that bunker. That's a lie. They really say the higher parts of the Catholic Church helped him escape to Argentina, and it's probably the Jesuits that run the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the Gray Pope, the Orsini's. He's sitting on the throne right now. The Gray Pope Orsini, he ain't never going nowhere, guys. He's still running stuff. You have the Black Pope, which is the Jesuit, the military branch of it. He's the general of the Jesuit order. That's the Black Pope. And then the White Pope. That's the one they put out in the front, the one that just allegedly passed away, Pope Francisco. And I think that's signifying a major event in that location. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the Golden Gates, while they're still standing. Now, even George Washington talked about how he believed the Jesuit Illuminati, because that's what they were. They were the Illuminati was created on May 1st, which is coming up, by Adam Weishaupt, a Jesuit professor of Vatican canon law. He's the one who founded the Illuminati, guys, right? And then he infiltrated all the Freemasonic orders and got them to get on their little agenda, which was one world, dominance, to take back over and get the Vatican back in control of everything. Because think about it. They hate everything America stands for. And shout out to Catholic people. I love all of you. Shout out to Jewish people, Muslim people, Christian people. I don't attack no person. I'm talking about the people at the very top of these these infrastructures, these religious establishments. This has nothing to do with the people that are just worshiping God. I'm talking about the elites of it, right? And the Jesuits, if you read their oath, I read it to Donut today. It's pretty terrible. I can't read it on here because we're on YouTube, but just go on Google, type in Jesuit oath and read it, and you will be shocked. You'll be like, there's no way that's real. And it is real. And this is, what do we have on May 1st, guys? May Day, which it all ties into communism, another agenda that they're pushing. But George Washington, he knew they were infiltrating. He thought they infiltrated us early on. He wrote a letter about it. And these are all the Jesuit colleges and universities where they train all their little Jesuit agents throughout the United States. Damn, we got one in Ohio. Look, right there. Well, that's kind of more in PA. I don't think we do have none in Ohio, but it's close enough. It's right on the border of us. So that's below Youngstown and Akron area. I don't know what part of PA is at, but damn, the East Coast is lit with them, ain't it? They're running that East Coast. That's for sure. So let me pull open this. Let me pull this open now. Share screen. Entire screen and sound in case I need to play something. Okay. Leave the world behind. Here we go. All right. I'm going to go over this and show you a couple different things in here. All the predictive programming. We had the 666 connection in the very beginning of it. Matter of fact, my boy Aniasoru was one of the first people to break this. Then it went viral, and he just got no love from it. People just stole his shit and ran with it. But she said, Julia Roberts, I fucking hate people. The depopulation agenda. She's a big fan of that one. And she's also the ex-girlfriend of Matthew Perry. Matman, I am Matman, with the whole Batman connection to his death. And her birthday was the day he died, on October 28th, 128. Then Leave the World Behind comes out on 12/8, 128. The towers collapsed, 10:28 a.m., 128. First D-Wave quantum computer, the 2000Q, which was 128 qubits. That 128 code runs deep. But look at all the symbolism in here. You have the upside down American flags, which represent the fall of the United States and the nation. These are the opening credits, guys, of that movie, just in case you forgot. They had the upside down Statue of Liberty, which represents the fall of liberty and American values in general. And then they remind you of Barack and Michelle Obama were part of this beautiful film here. We got the all-seeing eye right there. I mean, this is the most occultic shit I've ever seen in my life. And the movie is all about conveying a sense of isolation combined with an acute case of cabin fever, as nearly all of it takes place inside a house where people are slowly losing it. The house is so important that it can be considered as a character in the movie. And here's the level of disruption caused by the attack. In that movie, power outages reported along the East Coast metropolitan areas. It was the whole country. This is high, moderate, low. So it was more lower. And I bet you they do it just like this. Because we'll see it in the movie, and then it plays out on the world stage. It's always the same thing. Just like the connection with 0 Day being, coming out on February 20th of 2025, a date with 67 numerology, and then 67 days later, the power grid goes down all throughout. I'm not talking about just a couple towns. All throughout Spain, all throughout Portugal. I mean, it was total chaos. People are rushing back that were on vacation. They're getting up out of there, trying to anyways. The airports were down, everything. It was unreal. And I think it's just a test run, guys. I really believe what my brother Donut told me, that we are already at war. And like if the public knew, they would panic and freak out, and plus then they would have to do the whole declaration of war thing. But we're already at war. See, I don't know. I forgot to ask Donut his opinion, like if he thinks it's a foreign nation like China or Russia, but I don't think that. I think it's a breakaway shadow government that is who we're at war with. They're the one doing these cyber attacks. They're the one that has more advanced technology than we could ever imagine. I mean, these people got crazy technology. So the planes crashing, all of it, it's all these cyber events. I think Donut's 100% on point with that. And I am a useless man. That's what he says right there, remember? I am a useless man. The character perfectly sums himself up in 5 words. And that's what they want us to be now. You know what I mean? American Civil War is 45, matching I am a useless man. That's the number of the Freemasons, casting spells, and globalist elite. So there you go. Then right here, he's got the bikini kill on his shirt, which is 21, matching hackers. And throughout the whole film, what are they blaming it on, guys? Hacking. Even in here, I mentioned Cyber Polygon. And now we just had the power outage 67 days later, and Cyber Polygon is 67. Matching human sacrifice. There's an article, you can look it up on Google, and it talks about, a mainstream article, it talks about that if the power grid went down in America, if we got hit with like an EMP or something, that within a year, almost 90% of the population of America would die. Because everybody's addicted to their phones now. Nobody knows how to fish. Nobody knows how to hunt. Nobody knows how to do shit for themselves. So most of the people would die. Now, the people out there like in middle America, like shout out to people where is that where they do that shit at? Oklahoma, where they stick their hands in holes in the river and then let big 30, 40-pound catfish bite their damn arm, and then they pull it out. It's called noodling. And they got a big catfish and they eat it. That's some crazy shit. But hey, when you're starting, they're going to survive. And I'm trying to get people like that on my team. I'm hitting Travis up. He ain't too far from me. He's down West Virginia. I'm going down there. I'm sure he knows how to hunt, fish. I'll be the brains of the operation. Travis, you can get us through this apocalypse. I'll be down there with the blimp. I already got it all planned out. I know a dude that owns, I'm in Ohio, so they got the Goodyear blimp factory right there in Akron. But I know a buddy that has a blimp rental service where they got these party blimps, and it literally has 12 freaking rooms in it. These things are huge, and they can stay up for I think it's 12 to 13 days at a time. So I'm going to go get me one of them, fill that with supplies, and I'm just going to take my ass in that blimp. It can't be too hard to fly, right? Can't hack a damn blimp. And I'm going to fly right down to where Travis is at. We're going to come up with a meet spot. Well, I might have to shoot out to Arizona real quick, scoop up Donut, and then go back to get Travis. Boom. And we're going to survive this bad boy. Because most people won't. Remember this scene, guys, that went crazy viral? It pretty much says, obey NASA. And tell me, am I tripping? I stared at that picture for an hour last night. I'm like, is that Obama? Tell me that don't look like Obama, though, a little bit. Or am I tripping? I don't know. To me, it does look like Obama. But here's the 13-year-old little girl, Rose, who's obsessed with the show Friends. And you got the checkered symbolism right there. The first time we see her watching Friends on her tablet before the power grid goes down. So it's a major theme throughout the whole film. The Friends motif. Then they had the map on the wall down there. Remember that, guys? This map right here. The poster above the bed. The United States of Attica, which is 1971 and was created by a painter and activist, Faith Ringgold. And it is red, black, and green poster that shows a map of the United States. On the map, there are markings that indicate indigenous slaves and immigrants uprising, as well as other acts of violence that have taken place in each state since the late 1700s. That's what's up on there. And, that's just subliminal programming, what my brother Donut calls priming, because they want to ignite a civil war. That's what all the racism stuff's about. So don't fall for it, guys. When they're trying to divide us, Christian against Muslim, everybody against Jewish people, don't fall for it. It's a lie. Yeah, there's not one race of people that's running the whole world like that. Like they programmed into our head. It's multiple different nationalities that are part of a cabal, a shadow government that is running this whole situation. And they want us to believe that. They programmed so many people into believing that. And that's tied to the Moorish flag, them colors. Right there. Then you have the numerous occasions we see shots from space, such as the Earth eclipse as seen from the moon, including the American flag. You guys, do you know my mother thinks this flag is plastic? Shout out to Mom if she watches this. Mom, I love you with all my heart. You're the best mother ever, but you're not too brilliant. She really believes we went to the moon, and she's the most devout Christian I've ever met in my life. So I gave her probably 30 Bible verses that talk about the firmament of God. And she tried to break that down for me. And I'm like, Mom, look, I don't even believe flat earth per se like most people do. I believe we live in an enclosed, simulated reality. But we damn sure did not go to the moon. And then this thing's up there waving, right? She's like, "Oh no, it's plastic, son. It's just it's supposed to look like that." I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. We had all the self-driving electric cars, hacking, and now we've had major Tesla cars catching fire lately. Have you guys noticed that? Something strange is going on. And we just got to go back through these older movies and look. And then we'll see them, a year, 2 years later playing out, 3 years later playing out on the world stage. On several occasions, people are paralyzed by a loud noise. These are energy weapons. They're using that right now. Like what happened in Cuba, right? They got the voice to God, microwave weapons, the effect of radiation in similar situation. And let me see if this is still linked. Yeah, right here. Washington State Fusion Center accidentally releases records on remote mind control. EM effects on human bodies app. So look at this, guys. Psychoelectronic weapon effects. Heart racing. Man, I get that one. They really hit me at that one. Forced muscles quaking of the large muscle on the back. Oh, what is this one? Reading and broadcasting thoughts. I've never had that one yet. I've been waiting for it, though, for them to project some crazy voices in my head. Controlled dreams. Now, that one I think I've had numerous times. Some weird shit's been going on. And my mother's had some weird dreams. Forced waking visions. Some synced with the body in motion. Microwaved hearing. What the hell? Artificial I can't pronounce that one. Forced movement of the jaw. So you like clinking your teeth, right? Some people have broken their teeth from it. And everybody I talk to that get hit with these type of weapons, everyone. Shout out to my girl Nina out there that they torture in Youngstown. She's a great woman, but she exposed high levels of microwave radiation in Youngstown. And ever since then, they've been targeting her, which is just ridiculous. And you guys are cowards. Anyone that would target a woman or she has kids with her, I mean, come on, man. For real? And at first I thought she was like a little crazy, but she sent me so many pictures. There's no more denying it. She caught him with the actual gun that shoots the microwave energy your way. I mean, she literally caught him with it and sent me the picture of it. So when you see that, it's like, wow, I wish I could catch him with that, because I'll tell you what, I'd be keeping that thing. Hard to reach itch sites at the top and bottom, never any rash, which 10 starts. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff's going wrong with you. You can't figure out what it is. And it's usually this. And a lot of people talk about weird pains in the you-know-what area, which I have had that one extremely bad, because they're targeting you. And yeah, you can protect yourself from the EMFs. You can use a Faraday cage and do all that. But guess what? Microwave weapons and EMFs ain't the only ones they have. They have other weapons, pulsating weapons, ones that can target your throat chakra, ones that can target different chakra points within your body, one that can target your brain stem. I mean, this is real, guys. These people are out of their mind. They should be locked up for crimes against humanity, for real. I just ain't scared to speak out against them. Most people are. And with these cards, like the card that I just showed you there, with the friends card, the reason it really sparked my attention is because, remember the Illuminati card game? How many of these cards have came true? Tons of them. The 9/11 card, the Pentagon card, the Trump assassination attempt card. Tons of them have came true. And I found out that they actually came out, the first original deck. It wasn't released in 94 like they tell us. Another follow-up deck did come out in 94, 95, but it was called a whole different name. The original deck was released in 1982 by the occultist Steve Jackson. And, I mean, the version featured 110 cards, guys. How many stories was 9/11 again? Oh, 110 stories high. That's right. That's right. And I mean, just think of all these different events. Here's like the first deck, I believe. Look at all, and then you can be able to see what events are going to come too, because there's a bunch of them. And one of them is tied to our DNA. Our DNA. I highly recommend going through these cards. Hey, wait a second. They've been talking about the Ark of the Covenant a lot lately. What's this card all about? Unique magic art. Didn't we just have something with that one? Oh, the Democrats card. Vatican City card. 446. Oh, my Lord. It's got the 446 on it, guys. Okay, let me think. 4. Okay, now I remember. In the movie Greenland. Remember the movie Greenland with the asteroid Clark? It's an end of the world event. He got the notification on his phone at 4:46 p.m. when he goes in the store to buy supplies. He gets a text on his phone. He looks at the text, and him and his family have been picked to meet at this airport so they can be flown down to Greenland where they're supposed to survive. But all the people are going nuts and find out about it, and they try to overtake the airplanes, and one of the planes blows up. It's crazy. Then that 446 number, it was also tied to, hold on a second. 446. What other event was it tied to? Oh man, I can't believe it's slipping my mind now. There's some Neo equals 446. I believe in standard Gematria, but hold on. The Afghan evacuation. Remember when they were leaving Afghanistan and they were all chasing that plane, guys? That plane that looked like a damn blow-up plane on the runway? Go back and look at it. On the side of the plane is a giant 446. I swear there is. Swear to God, there's a giant 446 on the back of that freaking card. You can't make this shit up. And then let me show you this. You've seen that media card, right? Hold on. I made a slide of that one. Look right here. The media card, what's it got on it? The cable TV card, 322, right? Well, that's Operation Mockingbird. And what was Operation Mockingbird? In the 1950s and 70s, the CIA paid a number of well-known domestic and foreign journalists from big-name media outlets like the New York Times, Washington Post, CBS. They were paying them to publish CIA propaganda. And then, at that time, it was still illegal. But then Obama legalizes propaganda on the American people. He did that in 2012. So now they can push them fake stories left and right, and it's not illegal. At that time, we could have sued them, and if we proved that they were doing it, they would have been in real trouble. Now, as long as it's under national security, they get away with it. And that all ties back to 9/11 and the Patriot Act. Just like Obama passed that law where they can declare martial law outside of wartime, So they think they're very sneaky with this type of stuff, guys. But yeah, 322, that's tied to Operation Mockingbird. You know what I mean? Just like they used the number 33 over and over and over and over again. And we had a connection with 33 recently. So we had them using their geoengineering archetype technology over in Australia, which I looked it up. Australia, it's very rare that they get earthquakes. Now they're getting hit with tons of them, and pretty strong ones too. So in Australia, they had 11 quakes in Hunter Valley in the past year, which is rare for them. And that's just in that valley. There was way more than that. That was just in that valley. But the earthquake they recently had on April 23rd, that was the one that was right by the nuclear facility. So I'm like, man, I wonder if there was any other stories that ties into earthquakes and nuclear facilities. So I go look, and what do you know? There was a 5.8 magnitude earthquake struck near Iran in the nuclear facility that they were building there, right? And that was back in March 21st of 2025, 33 days before the one hit Australia. So false flag is 33. And a false flag doesn't mean the event doesn't happen. It just means it's controlled. It can mean multiple different things. But when the code red first came in, remember all the 33 connections killed 33 million, 33-year-old doctor who raised alarm on you know what dies. I mean, it was just over and over again, the number 33, 33, 33. Donut, I still got all them clips, brother. I got probably, no joke, 200-300 clips from movies where they program with the number 33. Because remember, me and you was going to do that 33 video. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready. We should put that together. I can Dropbox you all the clips, and you can edit it together, and then we can do like a live on it and use that as the intro with the number 33 and show all the different programming with it. And there's no evil numbers, but they use numbers for evil. Like the number 33. That's the age Jesus died, at 33 years old in 33 AD. Then they said when Lucifer fell from heaven, he took a third of the angels, which is 33%. And they brought the forbidden knowledge, the watchers, the fallen angels. They brought that forbidden knowledge to man on the 33rd parallel, right? Mount Hermon, that's on the 33rd parallel, which I believe I don't know what they are, but they're not human. These people too, they're descendants of their bloodline, some reptilian type entity. You know, and this right here really lets you know what they think of you. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. John D. Rockefeller. We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nation will accept the new world order. David Rockefeller. Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. They said that. And then, you know, with this guy stepping down at the World Economic Forum, like I told you about, on the day the Pope passed away, did you guys hear what he said about water recently? First of all, I'm pretty sure it's due to reptilian, but you guys tell me what you think. Here, let me play this for you. It's only like 40 seconds long. Pay attention to what he's saying about water, because that will be the next mega crisis where water is going to be a major, major shortage worldwide. It's coming.
About 50 to 100 liters per day. But not to fill a pool or wash a car. There is a difference. We must transform the way we think about water. By 2025, 1.8 billion people will be living in regions without enough water. Water scarcity is the greatest challenge we face today. And we need to start recognizing water as a precious resource. Therefore, water should be better managed, should be better valued, and has to be better preserved.
See what I'm saying? Did y'all? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that eyeball. What'd y'all think about that eyeball? That eyeball had a little reptilian feel to me. And people are like, oh no, he had an eye infection. Did he though? Did he really have an eye infection? Because that shit look a little reptilian to me. Just because your name's 33, that is not nothing bad, sweetheart. 33 is a very powerful name. And it actually ties into a powerful archetype. Jay Dreamers is 33 too. That doesn't mean it's bad. They take sacred numbers and invert them. I've decoded people with the name tied to the number 322 that were some of the most powerful archetypes that I've ever seen, and were amazing people. They're using sacred numbers. It's all inversion, guys. There's no such thing as a bad or evil number. It's just the energy behind it, the practitioner, and what they're using it for. These people are using ancient forms of alchemy to bend and manipulate reality. You know what I mean? And if you really want to find, if you haven't ever got your decode, sweetheart, and you want to find out what you really are, you can do that at truthfultv.com. And, we got an amazing deal. We were going to stop it, but it's still going right now because I just forgot to take it down, actually. I just been so busy with this new platform, stepintoyourpower.com, our spiritual platform. But you get a decode over here. You pay $35 and get the $62 superhero decode. So it comes with everything in the $35 decode, breaking down whether or not you're a first player character, an NPC. It's all coded to your name. So there's no way I can cheat you. It's tied to your name. And when you're decoding a person, it's more about the numbers than it is any individual cipher. Like you got a connection to that 166, it's going to break down with the 12-strand angelic DNA. It ties into the superhero archetypes. Now there's a female superhero archetype too, tied to that number. And who is 33? I'm trying to think of the female superhero. I just did one last night too, and I can't think of it. What was Mystique's number? I did her last night, but I did like so many decodes that I sent out last night. I really can't remember that one. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, man, it all goes back to our DNA, guys. That's what it's all about. We've been fighting an ancient DNA war for a long, long time. And they're using technology to try to invert that too. They want to manipulate the genome and try to use, how do I say this without getting in trouble? Try to use certain technologies, #nanobots, to create this third strand of DNA that is laced with nanotechnology. That's that whole 322 number, right? That ties into the third strand DNA. And they want to have 3 strands of 22. So the third strand, 9/11 was really symbolic of that. The 2 towers fell, the double helix falls, and it's the rise of third strand DNA. The 2 become the 1. And this third strand is laced with nanotechnology, which allows them to interface with the smart grid, the smart cities, the digital currency that's coming out, the whole beast system. You know what I'm saying? And if you look, 22 plus 22 plus 22 is what? 66. Where do they start talking about the mark of the beast? In the 66th book of the Bible. And then you see what 66 equals. Black goo, which is nanotechnology. It's programmable matter. And corona. The corona of the sun. I got to be careful how I say that one when I'm on YouTube. But yeah, it all gets into our Our DNA, it all reverts back to that. And they use their little false flags to throw us off and keep us looking over here. Watch the right hand while the left hand is robbing you blind, right? When we should be paying attention to other things like what's going on with our sun right now, what's going on in the atmosphere, all these changes that are happening, mass die-offs of crops, just all kinds of crazy stuff is going on that we're not paying attention to because they keep us stuck watching the false news. That's why I don't even watch it no more, man, unless it's a huge story that I'm going to decode, because it's all propaganda and lies. I mean, they'll show you what they're going to do. How many magazines do they got to show us that they want to manipulate the damn genome? As in the days of Noah. And what was they doing in them days, guys? Genetic modification, trying to play God. Look at this one. What's it say right on the cover of it? Nanotech. Okay? So we know what they want to do. We know their true agenda. And you want to know something interesting that I found out? Let me show you this little slide. Oh, do I have the right one? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got it, because this is very fascinating. Okay. So you guys know how we have all the colors of the rainbow, and then we have radio waves, right? We have the microwaves, the radio waves, that red color, the microwaves, the infrared spectrum, the visible light spectrum, which is tied to the heart chakra, the ultraviolet spectrum, the X-ray spectrum, and the gamma ray spectrum. So I find this very fascinating. Them are all tied to your chakras. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plex, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is what there's a major attack on right now. Hashtag, you know what? Corona, crown. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's an attack on that with certain frequencies. And oops, I went to the wrong thing. Sorry. I think I needed this one. Yeah. So you might have noticed that there are 7 actual colors of the rainbow. When you take a close look at the 7 colors of the rainbow, you will realize that they all appear in a specific order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. All of your 7 chakra colors also appear in the same order within our energy body. This particular color arrangement is known as the spectrum of white light, or visible light. And it ranges from 700 nanometers, dark red color that I just showed you, to the 400 nanometers, the violet color. And the wavelengths of each color is different. The longest wavelength is the red, and the shortest wavelength is the violet. Interestingly, our chakras spinning speed correlates with these wavelength frequencies. The root chakra spins at the lowest speed, and the crown chakra vibrates at the highest frequency, right? Which that gets into our DNA too, the rainbow symbolism. It all ties back into gamma radiation and the DNA. Look at that, tied to the freaking... When I seen that, I was shocked. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So we have what's visible to us in the visible light spectrum, and then what's beyond that. In my personal belief system, some people think there's 13 dimensions of reality. Other people believe there's 12. Some believe there's 11. I think there's 12. That's why that number's so sacred. The 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 zodiac signs, the 12 disciples. 12 is just a number they use over and over and over. I think there's 12 dimensions of reality, and that's where the 12-strand angelic DNA comes in. The people that have survived these cataclysms, these global cataclysms that haven't went underground, their DNA is able to absorb certain people mass amounts of that gamma radiation, which then activates certain abilities within them. You know, maybe heightened IQ, remote viewing capabilities, telekinesis, telepathy, superhuman strength. And to me, through my research, and I'm a Caucasian person, so I have, you know, no reason to say this. This is just what it seems like through my research. The more melanin you have in your skin, the stronger them abilities will be. Doesn't mean you're not going to have the abilities. We all have melanin. It just means the more melanin pigment you have, the stronger the abilities will be, because you can absorb more amounts of gamma radiation, them gamma rays, which just so happens to be tied to the crown chakra that they're trying to attack right now. Very interesting. Very interesting, to say the least. I'm trying to read some of these comments real quick. Hold on a second. I'm going to put my little my little thing right there. Make sure you get your 5G protection. Where's my other slide thing? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, guys, you want to see this cool image I made too? Check this out. This is for my superhero archetype. Because, you know, I'm intertwined. I'm like the Joker, stuck between worlds. I don't know, Superman or freaking Silver Surfer. And so I asked AI who would win in a fight between Superman and Silver Surfer. Man, it gave me this long ass answer. But Silver Surfer was the only one, because I asked it a bunch of different superheroes and who would all win. And the only one that could beat Superman, besides, it says the Silver Surfer has a chance to beat Superman, the closest out of all the male superhero archetypes. But the one that actually could was a female, Captain Marvel. And she is pretty bad, right? And then I start through these decodes. I noticed some people are connected to Power Girl when I first started doing the superhero archetypes. And then I'm like, wait a second. The same people connected to Power Girl are connected to Supergirl. It's the same number. What the hell's going on here? So I read up on them. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Power Girl is she is Supergirl. She's just from a different reality, right? They try to say she's like the cousin of Superman, who is from the house of El. So who is the god archetype tied to him? It's Enlil. Just like Aquaman is Enki, Poseidon, Neptune. And each superhero has a god archetype attached to it. Did I do yours, Rhonda? Your superhero archetype when I did your decode? And then you also have, I don't know if you guys can see these good. You have certain frequencies connected to your zodiac sign. Healing frequencies like Aries, your 285 hertz. And then I'm going to start doing a decode on these, which will be a full report on your frequency, letting you know what it is, what it does. It's going to break down your Vedic astrology and your Western astrology and tie it to your frequency and what frequency is attached to you. Scorpio, you're 417 hertz. Sagittarius, you got that. Damn, Sagittarius got the 1111, the 1111. Remember all them Sagittariuses out there. Shout out to them. Leo, 432 hertz. The radiant heart of the sun. That's a great frequency. Capricorn, no wonder I like 369 so much, guys. 396 hertz. overcoming fear, a manifestation, and I am a very powerful manifester. And that one's tied to your root chakra. And then Vedic, it breaks down the Vedic, because you have a different astrological sign in your Vedic astrology than you do your Western astrology. And some people are like right on the cusp of certain astrological alignments, so they carry characteristics of both. Aquarius, you're 1007 hertz or 1074 hertz, tuning into cosmic vision. Pisces is 582 hertz. So them are your hertz right there. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a breakdown on that, and it's going to give you a full report. It's not just going to tell you what your hertz is. It's going to tell you affirmations, how to activate them, what to do with the visualization techniques, what that hertz is tied to, what chakras it's tied to, how to cleanse it, all that. That's in the works right now. That's something me and my dad are working on. And for all you guys that haven't checked out our new site yet, let me show you. Stepintoyourpower.com is our new site. Hold on. Oh, we'll go over here. I love that girl's work. That site we got. Here's all the stuff about what was going on over here in Spain with the power outages. I left this open because the company had this said Monday there was no incident of a cyber attack. Yeah, we don't believe you, dude. And then look at this. The power outage was the second to hit Europe. And when was the first? March 20th. March 20th, guys, that's the beginning of the spring equinox. So we're getting ready for Lucifer rising. We're getting ready to enter that 40-day period from March 22nd until May 1st. That 40-day period called the season of sacrifice, when all these events begin. And now they're going to ramp up for fire rituals. That's going to get crazy. Shit like we've never seen before. They've had a few fire rituals during all this, but it's going to be stuff like we've never seen before in the coming months. Let's see what all symbolism they got in here. Hold on. Where's the volume? Will I get in trouble if I play this, guys, you think? Maybe I should put fair use, right? Hold on a second. Let me do fair use real quick just to play it safe. Damn, what is these cops out here doing? This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under USC 107. All right, now we're good. Let's get that out the way. Share screen, entire screen, volume, share. Go back here. All right, let's see if there's some symbolism in this bad boy. Let's see what they're talking about.
A massive power outage hits parts of Spain and Portugal Monday. The outage caused internet and phone networks to go down, halted trains, shut down traffic lights.
You guys see it? Can you see it? I mean, it's right smack dab in front of your face. Look at that. The 23. The enigma of the number 23. Add up 9/11's numerology, adds up to 23. They said the world tower set or building 7 collapsed 23 minutes before it really did. 23 is a huge number. Jim Carrey made a whole video on it. It's the reflection of 32. So
it's caused major delays at airports. Spain's prime minister says half of the country's power has been restored. It's still unclear what caused the outage. CBS News national correspondent Drika Duncan just returned from a trip from Portugal and joins us now. So Drika, your sister is still there. How has the outage affected her? Are you able to reach her?
Yeah, so just moments ago, I actually got a call from her saying the power has been restored. So this is something she was dealing with for about 12 hours. Initially, I saw the headline and I actually screenshot it and I sent it to her in WhatsApp. And I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, no, we have no power. So it was evident that we heard about the widespread power outage in Spain and in Portugal that my sister was in fact impacted. She just moved there with her family a couple of months ago. And I got a chance to speak to her earlier today, and I just asked her to describe the scene and what she was experiencing at that time. Take a listen.
I went to the grocery store and I got post-apocalyptic vibes. The lines were crazy. Everybody had like multiple gallons of water, perishable, like food was just on the shelves because everything people had was like canned goods.
So first of all,
Predictive programming like a son of a bitch. First thing she talks about is water. That our new Klaus Schwab guy is telling us we're going to have shortages of.
we got to talk about how cute my nephews are, right? Okay, no, really, the focus is the fact that she and her family now have power. She said she actually noticed that something was off because they have an EV, an electric vehicle, and they tried to plug it up and it wasn't working. And then she said a neighbor told her that they didn't have power, and it was evident that it was about to get real. And in fact,
oh, I just noticed that too. Look at this, guys. See the 47? That's hilarious. Like, this ain't staged. Come on, man. Come on. You got her in her purplish blue, which is the color of Saturn. It's the color of the elites. Then you got the 47-degree Masonic compass. I mean, and then we had the 23 in the first frame.
To get real. And in fact, they went and got a hotel because she had work that she needed to do. And they were ready to camp out overnight, but they got that power restored and all is well. But it is that moment where you start to think about what really matters and what you absolutely need. Canned foods, a lot of water.
And how much we rely on.
Oh, yeah, they're telling you because this is coming worldwide. So stock up on them canned foods and a lot of water. You know what I'm saying? Spain vows to solve the massive blackout mystery to prevent it from happening again. But wait a second. I thought you guys solved it. So which one is it? You know, one platform you said you solved it. Another one, you didn't solve it. Look, guys. Power returns to Spain and Portugal. The outages cause remains a mystery, right? And then let's read all these. Power outages causes blackouts in Spain and Portugal. Massive European power outages blamed on solar plant breakdowns. So what is it? Because that one's only an hour ago. This one's 6 hours ago. And you're still saying it's a mystery. I mean, what is it? Is it massive European power outages blamed on solar plant breakdowns? Now, this does come after they installed a bunch of green technology, which, you know, green is the new communism symbolism. And look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going green. We do need to learn how to conserve energy and stuff like that. But they're using it to take or strip our rights. They're not using it because they care about energy. Of course, we need to take better care of things and not litter and, you know what I'm saying, and learn for alternative forms of energy. But damn sure not windmills. They don't work. All they do is kill birds. They don't work at all. I know many people that try to use them and they suck. So, you know, it just seems like a lot of propaganda to me and a lot of control. What are these stupid hats they're wearing? Is that the UN? Is that their new fit? I thought they had blue, the UN. That must be the Spain army then, right? Or the police over there. They got them dumb hats on in Spain, yep. Damn, it seems like that's like a color code. The hats, the blankets, it's the same color. Huh, that's interesting. Oh, there's the water. A couple kegs of beer for him. No, I'm joking. That ain't probably beer. It's probably water. Definitely is water. I'll tell you right now, there ain't no way I'd be drinking none of that shit. I'd have waited it out. Why does that water look? Does that shit look brown? Don't that water look at the water. That shit looks muddy. Like, what type of water y'all giving these people? Oh, hell no, I would never drink that. Hey, did you guys know now they have a new form of cremation? It's called, I believe it's aqua cremation, where they use water to cremate you. And I'm actually doing a blog on it now. And then they take that water and they give it back to us. We're taking showers in it. Or I don't drink that water anyways. I haven't drunk tap water in probably 20 years almost. But they're giving it back to people to bathe in, to drink, and they're spraying it on the crops. So that's some cannibalistic shit right there. And you see that the number 34 was over there, right? Did you guys notice that? That's murder is 34. And I'm just saying, that water is brown. I mean, am I tripping? That water looks really brown to me, man. It don't look too refreshing, does it? Look at that. Like, come on, man. What are y'all giving a muddy water for? With the big 34 over here. No thanks. Keep your brown, muddy water for yourself. I would take no parts of that water. It was only, 12 hours? See, this is why it's smart. I got a 90-day supply of water right here. And then I got enough ammunition, and I just bought a new 100-round drum clip for my AR-15. So anybody that comes and tries to take my water, I have to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? I have to protect myself. So I'm definitely ready for the end of days up in this bad boy. Let's just take a look. What's that number 34 tied to, guys? As they're handing out water by a giant number 34. Let's see. When did the CDC release the zombie apocalypse? Oh, shit. Damn. Look, 34 in 3 different ciphers and 23. And the number in the beginning of the video we seen is 23 in that other video, dude with the number 23 on his thing. And then 34 in pi, keypad, and reduction. Oh, that's great. And don't forget, guys, now you know Tommy built his own cipher, the 369 cipher, which is only available here, where A is 3, B is 6, C is 9, and then it starts over 369, 369, 369, all the way through. And I always wonder why none of these Gematria people created that cipher, but when you start to decode with it, you'll understand why. And Nikola Tesla told us if we understood the power behind 3, 6, and 9, you know, we would understand reality a lot better, which it's an amazing cipher for decoding this reality. But yeah, that's a major murder code right there, that 34. Just, I mean, when you see 3 of them, and they're standing in front of what's water? $22, $32, $17, $29. Just got to make sure I know for future references. Water, okay. Oh, shit, 67. Now that's fascinating. Water 67. And that movie 0 Day released on February 20th of 2025, which adds up to 67. 67 days later, boom, the power grid goes down in Portugal, where they are serving them brown, dirty water in front of a giant number 34, which is tied to the number murder. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't trust that. And that's how they would do it. They're not just going to probably come round us up. They're going to pretend like they're helping like that. Oh, here, we got you fresh water. Here, take a drink of this. Like, you got to be crazy to drink that brown water. But anyways, here's the new platform, guys. stepintoyourpower.com. The link is down below. Amazing platform. You can see, hey, why is it not pulling this up? Look at all the people on here hanging out, talking. I mean, it's been going crazy lately. And when you come in here, there's a video that walks you through it so you know how to go. But the circle is where you post. And then you can see everybody's posts in the feed and love everybody's stuff. There's my stepmom right there. My mama. Cynthia. That's my dad's wife. My pops. This is the one I put up last night where I break down the frequencies and what chakras it's talked to or tied to. I did a whole blog on that. Now, I put that on Facebook too. It's the first time I ever did that because, my dad asked me to. But usually whatever I post in here is only for in here. But he loved the song so much, he asked me to put it up in here, so I did. And did you guys hear it yet? That song I did? It's pretty good. I like to do stuff that educates people. You know what I mean? Here, I'm going to let you take a listen. It's not that long. Like 2 minutes long. Wait, did I load it? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Here it is, guys. Check this out.
Yeah. This song right here ain't just a vibe. It's a frequency. Tuned at 432 hertz to heal, to uplift, to activate. They changed the music, switched the code, took 432 and made it 440 mode. From nature's rhythm to the sound of war, now we vibrate low, depressed to the core. But this track's pure, tuned to divine design. Activating chakras, realign your mind. Root to crown, feel that inner fire. We break the system, elevate higher. Jesus said it, you'll do greater than me. Faith of a mustard seed moves mountains, my G. Junk DNA, nah, that's God's hidden tech. Flip the switch, heal your soul, reconnect. Step into your power, reclaim what's true. They don't want you knowing what your light can do. You can heal yourself, realign in an hour. When you step into your power, raise your vibe, break the chains they gave. You ain't a slave, you're a soul they crave. 396 root chakra, ground your fears. 4 and 17 sacral arch those tears. Flat 28, that love DNA. Solar plexus charged, shine all day. 639 heart, open and feel. 741, speak your truth and heal. 85-2, third eye wide awake. 963 crown, no more fake. This ain't new age fluff, this is an ancient fact. They flip the frequencies to hold us back. 432 is sacred, aligns with the earth. The same math that coded your soul at birth. 4 + 3 + 2 = 9. The divine gate, the number of endings, the reset state. 9 fruits of the spirit, 9 cycles of time. From Homer to Brahma, the signs all align. 9 is completion, the wisdom returns. Once you activate, the old self burns. It's your season now. Break the illusion, heal yourself. No more confusion. They don't want you knowing you got that spark, that you're the light in the system's dark. But here at stepintoyourpower.com, we're teaching the secrets, keeping you calm. Step into your power, reclaim what's true. They don't want want you knowing what your light can do. You can heal yourself, realign the hour. Click the link below and step into your power. Raise your vibe, break the chains they gave. You ain't a slave, you're a soul they crave. Click the link below and join the movement at stepintoyourpower.com. This track was written and produced by Tommy Truthful and Papa Truthful, father and son, leading a vibration revolution. We're not just making music, we're rewiring the frequency of your soul. Remember, my brothers and sisters, reality is a code. I am the glitch that reveals its secrets. Tommy Truthful.
Did you guys like that? Yeah, I did the visuals, wrote the music, produced it. Some of it I created on Canva. Some of the visuals I made, like the ending part, I made with this AI thing. I didn't get it exactly how I wanted, but you know, I tried my best. I got a bunch of really cool songs I've made. I enjoy doing it. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. There's the 11 again. That 11 will pop out at you. The 11 represents doorways and gateways, and when you're seeing it a lot with synchronicity, well, it depends. Cam, do you know what your number is? Your life path number or your source code? Because that's what you want to pay attention to. People think, I need to pay attention to this number because someone wrote a blog about it. But no, we all have an individual source code that's tied to us, and them are the numbers that really we should pay attention to. When we see the synchronicity tied to that number, like your source code, like me with the number 166, right? I always pay attention because that is my higher self. It's your higher state of consciousness that's trying to show you something. It's trying to get your attention. It's trying to lead you down the path that you were chosen for. So when I see that number, I always pay attention. There's a couple, 42, 166, 36. That's why I got the one page on Facebook, Tommy Truthful 36, which is the Tommy Truthful 369, but the handle is Tommy Truthful 36. And 36 is tied to the Neo code. Neo code equals 36. Now, the Neo code is 50, all in the same cipher Chaldean, and it's 128 in reverse ordinal. So there's 3 different ways you can really connect to it powerfully. But yeah, the main one is I would say the most rarest one with the Neo code is probably the 36 connection. That's the one I see the least of. And in Judaism, they say there are 36 righteous men and women born from each generation that play a role in saving the world. Now, look at this, guys. Here's some cards that's already happened. So we've had the quarantine, right? We had the, we got a tidal wave card. That was Japan, the nuclear accident. Then we had the BP oil spill. That card happened. We had 9/11. That happened. Saddam Hussein. That card even says Saddam. That one freaking happened. The Pentagon one happened. Princess Diana happened. We got this space, the alien invasion coming. And their final stage is the New World Order. So there's a couple different decks of the cards. So you got to check that out. But yeah, man, I definitely think there's something up with the whole Friends card. And, especially that Joker archetype, how he's tied to both Joker cards in it. And Joker, just like in the Illuminati card deck, I mean, it literally predicted the Denver cinema event that happened in 2012. It even looks like the same location. Look at that. Remember that? And who was in that movie? And the dude standing in the car, and he's got a noose around his neck. Well, what did Heath Ledger do, guys? He played the Joker in that movie, and he allegedly took his life. Remember? I wonder if it was by a doorknob. Let's look it up. Remember I just did that video on all the celebrities that took their own life by a doorknob? Let's see how Heath Ledger died, because I need to know. I might have to add him to my doorknob rituals. How do you spell Heath Ledger? Oh, Ledger. Ledger's cause of death. Please, God, tell me it wasn't a freaking doorknob. Okay, Heath Andrew Ledger. Oh, that's what he looked like for real. I forgot what he looked like. It says accidental overdose as a result of prescription drug abuse. So why is there the whole noose? Am I in the Mandela effect again? I could have sworn there was a hanging connection to him. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Film production. Playing the role, Australian television film production. Okay. I don't care about that. I want to see how he died. Ledger died January 2008. That's when Obama came in, from accidental overdose as a result of prescription drug abuse. A few months before his death, he finished filming his role as the Joker in A Dark Knight. The performance brought him praise and popularity in numerous. So then he died before that film even came out, remember? But I'm telling you, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. There's some connection with him in a hanging. My boy, True Scrambler, Gabe, let me look on Gabe's site. I texted him last night. We made up. Well, I never had a problem with him, but I don't never have problems with nobody. People just get angry at me for some reason. I don't know. But Gabe's a cool dude. He owns TrueScrambler.com. Oh, what'd they do? Take his website down? Are you kidding me right now? Hold on a second. You are doing some weird shit. I know damn well his website's up. I just seen it the other day. https://truthscrambler.com. I learned so much from this dude. Private site. Log in. Oh. He made it private, I think, or something. Log in. Forbidden. It tells me it's forbidden. Hold on. Let me try a different browser, and then I'll share the screen with you guys. Hold on a second. Because I can't show my passcode. Because I'm pretty sure I already did this. Okay. He's got some really good blogs. Okay, log in. I probably would have did it with this account if I did it. Yes. Log in to my Apple. Continue with password. Let me in. Oh, my phone. Hold on, guys. Gotta do that too. Put the password in. Oh, shit. There we go. Boom. Do I trust this browser? No, I don't, but I need in this account. Do you want to continue using WordPress? Yeah, dude. Can I get in? Oh, I'm in. Okay, now we're in. Oh, he just did a new one. Whoa. Okay, let me find his Joker. Because he has Heath Ledger in here. It's a Batman one, maybe. The Clown, the Joker, the Dismembered God. Is it this one? Madness as you know it. Hold on a second. Yeah, he connects it to the Fool card in the tarot too, which I knew that. Oh, it is tied to the Hangman. Oh, okay. It was in the movie. Oh, I knew it. I just couldn't remember. And I knew it from Gabe, who is True Scrambler. That's my card, guys, too. The Hangman card. Here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. I lost some of you. Come back. Here we go. Entire screen. Boom. Let's give Gabe some free promotion. And he made his site private, so if you want to join it, you got to join, which is probably smart that he did. Hey, why didn't it share my screen? Oh, I got to get rid of this. Okay. Here's his website, truescrambler.com. He's got some really good stuff on here, guys. He really does. I learned a lot from him in the beginning, and he's a good dude. Really good guy. See, there's a hanging connection with Heath Ledger. I knew there was. I just couldn't remember what it was tied to. But I don't think this is the post I was looking for, the Dismember God post, which it is a good one. He's a very good writer. Hold on a second. Through the abyss marked by the bottleneck, Daleth. Daleth is like the door of death into the mirror universe. By the AI black mirror that runs modern culture, by the twins or the clowns, a fall or a push into the chaos, the mirror universe, which is what mine said too about the clown archetype. Remember? The mirror universe. The twin brothers, the two and the one, upside down, flipped, reversed. Dog is reversed as God, hanging crucifix, death by drowning, the exit hole, the ain't. Oh shit, this is where it gets weird. The anus, the portal, Satan 55. See, because these people are into some weird shit. The cloning in Hollywood, the the stuff that is kind of strange. Satan 55, Anus 55, on 55, Border Patrol shows realities of crisis on southern border, exit only, Amazon 55, the phallus. It's all a big English joke to them. Satan sounds like Satan, which is 5 plus 5. Marilyn Manson has a song called Say 10. Yes, he does. If we don't get triggered, baited by the vulgarity, what is really being said is that God, in his dismemberment at the start of the new solar cycle, gets eaten by the mouth of the Muat. And shot out by the Duthon, the anus portal, through the rabbit hole, exploding into the fragmented host of souls. Each fragment reflects the whole as a shattered mirror. The mirror universe is distorted. It's the glass seen through darkly, and thus the reflection is a dark brother, Set, and a light brother, Horus. Set is the seat. He cleaves his mother in two, cleaves his mother in two, creating dark and light. Satan is God's, ain't it? That's crazy to say that. Even the word comes from Set. I'm skipping a couple of these words. Skipping a couple of them. Set is the God in the phenomenal world, which is why Satan rules here. Horus is the god of heaven. I've always heard that backwards. Horus is the coming of the Antichrist, birthed by the union of Osiris and Isis, but maybe I'm wrong. But that's interesting. He is what we are cultivating. He is a prelude to Christ, and at no time is the material realm independent without the spiritual world. Steiner, this is Rudolf Steiner's work that he's talking about. He is the full Orion dancing on the brick of the abyss, followed by the dog, the full card. Oh, so this full card looks different than the one we showed, but similar, very similar. He has the dog in it, Sirius, Canis Majoris, Orion's belt, the sun up there, the alpha ox symbol. He is the full Orion dancing on the brick of the abyss, followed by the dog, the Kanad, or Sirius, the dog star, Canis Majoris. That's the hidden sun, the third pillar of Freemasonry. The jackal, Anubis, guides man with his keen sense of smell through incarnation's night as animals that eat. The jackal, hyenas, and the vultures are like the Nuat, Kali, or Shiva's principles of the destroyer. That's also what they call Nibiru. The third phase of the Trinity, hyenas function in the regard as well. Hyenas function in this regard as well. These animals dwell in the desert of Set. That's interesting. In back of the Kabbalistic tree. I got to look into this some more. But that's where the hanging symbolism comes from. The whole bat archetype. And the bat is supposed to represent the Antichrist. He's the bad one. And then the Joker really is supposed to represent like Jesus Christ, and it's the zero energy. So they invert it. This is why Batman fakes his own sacrificial death at the end of Dark Knight, showing you that he is a fake, an Antichrist. I agree with him there. Bat's supposed to sacrifice. Look at the Batman. It's all the inversion of reality, the mirror world. Here's his YouTube. Go subscribe to him. True Scrambler on YouTube. He's actually a very intelligent kid. I don't know if he's a kid or not. I'm not sure Gabe's age, but he's very intelligent. He has really good writing too, but that's not the one I was looking for. That one was kind of weird and deep, Gabe. You took me down a rabbit hole there, buddy. I think this is the one I was looking for. The Joker, the Fool, the Jack in the Box. That's the 13 Osiris. Cut up in 14 pieces. Isis only recovered 13 of the pieces. Hey, remember Podesta was holding up his hands? He had a 13 on one hand and a fish on the other. And everybody's like, oh, that's connected to kids. No, it's connected to Osiris. He's paying homage to Osiris. Oh, there it is. Heath's other last role, I knew he had some freaking hanging symbolism. I knew Heath Ledger did. I knew I wasn't tripping. This is where I actually learned the orange code from my boy Gabe here. And then I started paying attention to it. I'm like, man, there's something going on. I don't think he really does Gematria no more like he used to, though. And right here, guys, this is the dude, James Holmes, that allegedly did that shooting. Like, they had to do some mind control on him, or it is totally a stage event on the world stage and he's playing a character, because, like, if you listen to him in here, wow. It's a whole different person than who did that event. I mean, it's the craziest thing I ever seen listening to that. I can't play it because we'll get in trouble, but a science presentation by James Holmes in 2016. Damn, I wish I could play that. Oh, yeah, this one's interesting, too. I am Batman, Trump tells the boy on the helicopter ride. And then we had Colby die in the helicopter. This one, we had that whole helicopter motif going on, remember? And then, remember this, guys? That's what they told us in the beginning. Can you believe that shit? The Wuhan, the bat signal. There's a whole connection to the bat and the Antichrist, and Wuhan means dinner. Wore a mask, locked down the city, canceled sporting events. Root of the problem was a bat. That's kind of right, though, ain't it? And then Matt Perry tied to Batman. That shooting at the bowling alley, there was the Batman game in there. There's this major connection to the Batman and the Joker archetype. Oh, I forgot about this, guys. Look. There's the 322 right there. Holy cow. I wish I'd remembered that. In Dark Knight Rise. And I forgot. In Dark Knight Rise, they had Sandy Hook circled on a map. Look at this. And that's where they did that event at. That Jones was sued for. Remember? Let me like this. Now you got 6 likes, buddy. He should get way more readers because he's such a good writer. Some of his stuff is different, you know, but when you decode and you understand this, the esoteric connection of it, what he's saying is actually, I mean, his stuff is like for people that are extremely advanced in decoding, or you're probably not going to get it. Because when I first looked at his stuff, I was like, man, what is this kid talking about? But then the more I started reading it, I was like, damn, he's on to something. And he taught me a lot of stuff, honestly. He's got some good old school decodes here. Like the Ember rituals that me and Donut talk about. The first time we ever did a video on the Ember rituals, I shouted him out and told everybody that's where we learned it from Gabe, the whole thing. And then I rewrote his blog. We were buddies back then. But that all ties into Cali. I know you guys seen me use that before. That's from my boy Gabe. We're cool now. I just texted him last night. Let's see if he texts back. Because I asked him about the Joker thing. I was trying to get it. Oh, yeah, he did. What did he say? Oh, shit, he gave me a lot of shit. Hey, Tommy, yes, the Joker is the fool in the tarot, which is higher self. Talked about a bit here. Then he sent me a video. Got some time now for a quick phone call if you want. Shit, I wish I'd have known that. I'd have called him. I'm about to call him when I get off here. I need to find out what Gabe's up to. He's a genius. He really is. Hey, remember this, guys? This is when Beyonce, she was doing all that Cali symbolism. And then she right here, she was on the porch doing a music video for 7-Eleven, the album 7-Eleven. And she has Cali on her t-shirt. So Cali splits the year in half along the equinox point, the 7-11, 7 being September. September is not the 9th month, it's 7. It even means 7. So they lied to us. They will change the laws and the times of the Most High. Libra means to separate or to liberate one's head from one's body. This theme of decapitation shows up in the Bible as well with John the Baptist. Damn. Here was some predictive programming for your ass right here. And see the orange is tied in. When you see that orange, that's the 33 code. It's usually not tied to anything good. The Judas code. The Joker. Remember he had the orange and the green. The orange and the green. Which just so happened to be two of my favorite colors. I hate that. But orange and green ain't evil. And then what did Trump say here? Because 9/11 was really a 7-Eleven ritual. Oh, shit. Both 32nd degree Freemason goes into detail. 7/11, 9/11 really haven't. Listen to what Trump says.
I think what I want to do is I want to talk just for a second. I wrote this out, and it's very close to my heart because I was down there. And I watch our police and our firemen down on 7-Eleven, down at the World Trade Center right after it came down. And I saw the greatest people I've ever seen in action. I saw the bravest people I've ever seen, including the construction workers, including every person down there.
He knew what he said. Like, come on, man. Trump is a master wizard. You know, I give him that. He's good. That's why he's always doing that with his hands. He's pulling you in. He's very good at what he does. I'm not saying whether he's bad or good. That's for you to decide and your discernment. But he's a damn good wizard. I will give him that. But yeah, check out Gabe, truescrambler.com. Here, I'm going to put his, matter of fact, I'm going to put his link into the comments for you guys, because I'm telling you, it is worth the read. You guys will go down a whole, just on his page alone, you will go down so many rabbit holes and it's so interesting. There's a connection to CERN and Lucifer's anus that is unreal. And at first I thought it was out there, but then the more I went down that rabbit hole, I'm like, oh my God, there really is some crazy connection to this. So there's this crazy symbol. Yeah, the ember rituals. That's all True Scrambler taught me that. The ember months, September, October, November, December, ember. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys heard Donut talk about it. He learned it from me. I learned it from True Scrambler. You know what I mean? But all information flows freely. I always try to pay homage, though. So, any questions before I go, guys? Because we did 2 hours and 17 minutes. And, you know, I'm about to watch that new... did you guys see that new movie that just came out? It's kind of bizarre because somehow freaking Robert De Niro, there's a huge motif going on with him right now, right? De Niro. And somehow he plays both characters in the film. My mom told me that last night. Donut told me he told me about the film. And then I talked to my mom and she said her husband had already watched it, which he likes a lot of stuff that I like Mobland is one of my favorites. And the Alto Nights is the new one that De Niro just dropped. I think it's in movie theaters, but I'm going to show you all a little cheat code. I can't say nothing. All I can do is show you the website. And then if you use this website, make sure You have the Brave search engine downloaded. You can't just go on the Brave search engine. You have to have it downloaded on your thing and only use this site on that search engine, or you'll get pop-ups and shit. So I'm just trying to save you from that. But you can watch it over there, the Alto Nights. You just type it in the search right up here, and you see, because I don't want to get it taken down. You see the address right there? Right there. Any movie you want on Netflix, Amazon Prime, movie theater, doesn't matter. It's on here. This guy this guy went to jail. He got in trouble, and he don't give a shit. He just keeps putting the site back up. You got to love him for it. Oh, I watched this last night. This was very pedophilic. I turned it off. I'm like, what in the hell? And this was too weird for me. My mom wanted to see that. It was too bizarre. I couldn't get over it. The dude, the vampire-looking dude, his body's all eaten up and shit, and she's like in love with him, making love with him. I don't know, man. There's some weird stuff they've been programming us with lately. They came out with the new season of The Handmaid's Tale too, but for some reason I can't get into it. I tried, not really feeling it. This amazing. The Last of Us, that's with the fungus zombies, and season 2 is so good. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but I'm gonna tell you this: I cried because this is the most I'm gonna tell you without ruining it. Someone died that I really liked, so that's all I can tell you. And he died. Oh, they died horrifically. The most horrific type of death. Like, it was terrible. It was terrible. Well, there's a lot of hymns in the movie, so you know they're not going to kill the main character. They would never do that, right? Or would they? Hey, where's that other movie? Where's that other series? There's another one I want to show you guys real quick before I end this. This one's great. I got Donut to watch this. Craven. It's so amazing. He takes some serum that's very much like the Black Panther serum. I wonder when I'm going to decode somebody that has the Craven archetype. Oh, that would be gangster. I haven't decoded no one yet with the freaking Craven archetype. I sent out a bunch of decodes last night, and the average time right now is taken between 4 and 8 days, 8 days from your booking date until you get it back, because it's a lot of information, guys. So it takes me a little minute to do the decode, especially since I've been upgrading you guys for free to the $62 decode. Then I got to put all that work in there. But I sent out 4 of them last night. So I always email you first on the platform truthfultv.com and let you know, hey, check your email. I just sent your decode out. Please let me know that you got it. But don't worry. Everybody gets it. So if it's been like 5 days and you're like, what's going on? That's not even a long period. Like I said, the average time span is 4 to 8 days. So just to let you know, to keep you in the loop. And if you do want to book a decode, I think we're booked out the rest of the month, but that's just how it works there. You have to schedule a booking date. And then when that date comes up, I start your decode on that day. And we don't have to meet. It's all done via email. So you're not going to miss anything or nothing. That's just the day I start your booking decode. And it says 11 hours because it takes me 11 hours to complete the thing. But usually I don't have 11 straight hours to sit there. So I'm usually working on like 10 of them at a time. And it'll take me a couple days to complete them all. And then I send them out. But I'm actually pretty caught up right now. I got caught up after the weekend. So I got like 3 I got to knock out after this. What is this one about? But the one I wanted to show you is not on here. I don't see it anyways. Oh, there it is. Mobland. Guys, this one is fire. It's on Paramount Plus, but you can watch it on here too. It is so good. It's about the British gangsters. And I mean, man, it's just really, really good. She's really running everything. This chick back here, she's an Irish lady. She is a freaking gangster. I love her. I love her. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 episodes out right now. And in the new zombie one, the new zombie series, both episodes have fire in them. And they both came out during the 13 days of preparation, which is tied to fire rituals. And everything's fire now. You notice that? It's been that way for a minute, the fire symbolism. But yeah, the newest episode I just watched last night, the first 2 seconds, that's what you see, fire burning. And the zombies were hiding under the freaking snow. They were using their own body to stay warm, which has been pretty freaking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Lynn D. Williams. Yes, ma'am, I sure will. Yours will be one that goes out tonight. Yeah, remember I believe me and you talked via text, did we not? Yep, right there you are. And right here's your decode. Let me see how much more I got left to do. Pretty much, Lynn, all I got to finish up on yours, sweetie, is your picture and the last part of your superhero archetype. That'll take me like 25 minutes. So let's say 45 minutes, because Tommy Truthful time is always longer. So I promise I'll have it to you before I go to sleep tonight, all right? That much I promise you, Lynn. But yeah, it's right there. And I'm working on Peter's too. Oh shit, I already sent this one. Why is it pinned up here? Okay, there we go. So there we go, guys. That's the end of our mission tonight. And like I say, yeah, Lynn, be looking for yours. And please let me know when you get it, sweetheart. And I apologize for the delay on it. It was just yours came in at a super busy time. And actually, truthfully, Lynn, just to be all the way 100 with you, I overlooked it. You know, I'm a human, and I just overlooked that one. So I apologize. That's why I try to put more work into yours. And I did that free, this part of it that nobody else gets, but you have it. So you'll be the first one, Lynn, that's ever had that added to all yours, except a couple of my friends that I sent it to, just because they wanted to know what theirs was. But with that being said, I love y'all. Knowledge is power. All the links are down below in the description. And make sure you check out my dad's video tomorrow, guys. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it will be airing on my platforms. I love y'all. Knowledge is power. Truthful out.
Truth Mafia Music. This is where the truth begins. Welcome to Tommy Truthful TV, where we break the illusion. Ever felt special or different, caught in confusion? Are you the black sheep in your family line? It's cause you see through the matrix design. We're living in a simulation, AR controlled. Most are NPCs, their stories already told. The Saturn Moon Matrix runs the hive mind, but a rare few of us break through and shine. 169,000 first players awake, reality benders, born to remake. Then there's the Decode, rarest of all, like Jesus Christ and Neo, answering the call. The Matrix ain't fiction, it's prophecy shown.